Welcome to another episode of Learning Happy Hour. My name is Jason Yates.
And I'm Mitch Densley.
In this episode, we're going to look and talk about certification and training. Mitch, we have two great interviews. Tell us about it.
Welcome to a bonus episode of Learning Happy Hour with Mitch and Jason. Remember to BYOB. Bring your own brain. Cheers!
So a lot of people want to get into the cybersecurity industry and struggle with the how or the approach to get into cybersecurity. We explored in a previous bonus episode the college or the higher education approach of getting into cybersecurity, and that is one very valid approach. In this bonus episode, we explored two alternate approaches. One is the kind of a more blue-collar approach where you want to get in, roll up your sleeves, and start working. So we do an interview with Shakti Kumar. He is a manager over the TAC, or Technical Assistance Center Academy, that we offer here at Palo Alto Networks, where we take someone with basic networking experience and bring them up to the level where they can support a cyber defense product like ours from Palo Alto Networks. The other approach is for the DIY solution, where you want to self-instruct or self-learn, and the way to validate that knowledge is through tests and certification exams. So Maurilio Gorito, head of certification at Palo Alto Networks, is going to talk to us about the various exams offered by Palo Alto Networks, and we hope we'll use them as a barometer for knowing when you've achieved certain milestones on your journey towards getting into a career in cybersecurity.
Now, if you're attending Ignite, we have some options for you. You can take those certification exams at the actual conference. And if you have been thinking about Ignite, well, hopefully this interview will get you excited. And if you've been toying with the idea of certification, maybe not, well, it's not as hard as you might think. We do a lot of work around providing you resources, and Maurilio will talk to you about that. So hopefully we'll see you at Ignite, where you can take that certification exam that you've always been wanting to take.
And if you do come to Ignite, Jason and I will both be there, so come find us. We'll probably be running a Learning Happy Hour segment during this session, so please come up and say hi, and maybe we'll join us for a drink.
Until then.
So we're here with a good friend of mine, Shaktiman Kumar, goes by Shakti, and you're one of the tech support engineers at Palo Alto Networks, right?
Yes, so I used to be a tech support engineer before, where I was part of the support team. But
you're not anymore?
For the last 1 year, I started a different role, and that's for the TAC Academy. And my new role is basically Technical Resource Enablement Manager, which is like a TRAM.
You're a TRAM. I like
TRAM,
so what does a TRAM do?
So the responsibility or my role basically is to get engineers or candidates who are not into security field, basically, or somewhere similar like IT field or support.
Something technical, at least.
Something technical. They have a basic idea about technology. We get them in. I do the training for almost 2 months.
Oh, so you're an educator like we are.
Yes. So
That's awesome.
Yes, I do the training too. Yes. And the idea is to get more and more people into technology and security.
Nice.
So
how long does the course your course last?
Like I said, it's about 2 months, which includes right from basic everything of TCP/IP till the point where we learn about every single Palo Alto features. Also, we do labs in that. We also do shadowing.
It's hands-on and everything.
So yeah, it's like a whole package.
So it's basically taking someone who's got medium technical aptitude and you bring them up to engineering level for support specifically.
Yes. So he basically trained a lot of the people in this building.
Yeah,
so you are like, this is like the Jedi Academy.
Yes.
And this here, this is the what is it? Not the Padawan.
No,
the
he's
Master.
The Jedi Master. Yeah.
The
Oh my
Jedi
God,
Master. Yeah, and so we are in the Jedi Academy for support.
That's a cool name I could use.
Yeah, Jedi Master.
Jedi Master, you should.
No, the Jedi Academy.
Oh, yeah, Jedi Academy. Right.
People might think it's a different.
That would make you the master, so that's for sure.
Okay.
That's good though.
We're here in the Council of Elders room right now. Just
who are you talking? Who are you calling elder?
You do have more gray than I do, so.
So, Shakti, I wanted to ask you a kind of follow-up question. In terms of people who, are we looking for tech support engineers?
Yes, we are.
So we're hiring a lot?
We are hiring a lot.
Okay, so I just want to draw that connection for folks that if they're watching this and they have technical support interest or interest in being a support engineer,
Yes.
that you would be their Jedi Master and they could come to the Jedi Academy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to start a new batch 4th of March.
Oh, okay.
Which
So
will
fairly
go on
soon.
for like almost 2 months, like I said. And then again, as soon as I finish the batch, we start interviewing for the next. So we do this every quarter.
Right. So a batch of new candidates.
Yes.
So you interview for a month, train for 2 months, and then repeat.
Yes.
All right. How many students in a class?
I try to keep it around 8 to 10.
Oh, okay. That's a good
So that I have-
intimate setting.
Yeah.
And you teach them like subnetting and wildcard masks and
Everything.
stuff. Nice.
And everything Palo Alto Networks, right?
Palo Alto Networks firewalls, not everything, we do a lot.
You do a lot. Right?
Our firewall does a lot of features, and whenever I do the academy program, I say, hey, I am covering just the foundation, maybe like 30% of all
All that can be known.
Yeah, all that I can cover in that time.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite topic to teach?
Oh, yeah.
Favorite topic to teach, I like user ID.
Yeah?
Really?
What's your favorite user ID source?
AD, the
Really?
LF server.
I'm a snob. I don't like AD. I like the XML API.
XML API is getting more popular, yes. So I recently started doing that in the training
Nice.
also, so that people can get familiar with at least what is XML API.
That's great.
So-
Do you use the Pan Python module at all?
No, I need to get. Yeah.
I got a Learning Happy Hour episode for you, my friend.
Yeah? Okay, I'm gonna use that then.
Episode 1.
Or maybe I could show that.
Yeah, you're welcome to.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Do you have a fun story or a very memorable story about a particular student, without saying names, that has gone through your course and either been successful or just bombed hard?
Okay, I have a couple of them.
Nice.
But the most interesting was a candidate which was a referral. And again, I would not say the name.
Good.
And when I saw the resume, there was not one single word about technology in that. So I went back to the person. I said, hey, dude, are you sure this is the right person? You gave me the right resume. He's like, yes, trust me. We helped them. So they were learning it themselves for a couple of months and just try it. I said, okay, because you are telling me, let's try that. And he ended up in the first round, which I usually do a phone round. In that first round, I was impressed.
Nice. What was his uniqueness?
So he was from like in clarity of, so sometimes when you know a lot, then you
can't communicate
get overlapped information, then you have wrong or misconceptions.
Yeah.
Right.
He was basically from physical fitness and
Really?
other fields, like completely different from technology.
right.
So when he comes in with this, and he has a very clear-cut understanding, so it's like started fresh, right concepts.
But self-taught.
Yeah. So
That's
I
huge.
like that. So we're not just looking for a person who knows everything, but we're looking for a person who has the capability of knowing more.
Take an initiative.
Yes.
Right.
That's great.
So, and I found that he's one of the best candidates I've ever trained.
Really?
That's
Yes,
great.
he is doing he is now in a specialized team.
Oh, that's a
Really?
great
So
story.
he passed and he's
Yes,
now
he
employed
did,
at
and
Palo Alto Networks?
he's still working here with us. He's
Nice.
one of the very, going into a specialized team is,
That's a kudo.
yeah,
That's great.
that's cool.
That's a great story.
You know,
That should inspire anybody watching this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know anything about technical stuff, but with some training, right, you can make that change.
Yeah.
And
It's not that he was successful just because of the academy program, but the efforts he put even before interviewing.
Okay.
So he studied months, even though he was not from technology. So he did put efforts before. And
That's
then
great.
academy was just a helper to, guide him and give him the right contents, what he
Right.
needs.
well, that was demonstrative
Yeah.
of his
a big word.
initiative.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a big word.
What does demonstrative mean?
Well, he was demonstrating.
See, I
Yes,
was thinking like
initiative.
Tyrannosaurus Rex, monster,
No,
the
no.
D monster.
Not exactly.
Okay. So he
Boy,
demonstrated.
he demonstrated his initiative, right? And he came in there excited about what he wanted to do. It was obvious he had a goal. He wanted to work here, and he wanted to be part of cybersecurity, and that wasn't just because of his words, but it showed in his actions.
Yes.
Nice.
That's what I mean by demonstrate.
Makes sense.
The motivation or...
Right.
Yeah.
He had the motivation. You saw it demonstrated that he's been studying for the last couple of months.
Yeah.
And, one way a candidate could do this is, pursue the PCNSE or the PCNSA and start digging into some of the study materials and looking at the certification exams. Those can certainly speak to a candidate's
capabilities.
Yeah.
Does that help someone who is a candidate if they have their PCCSA or PCNSA or PCNSE?
We do consider them, but we don't expect them to know.
Okay, that's actually really fair.
It's a plus point, but so we'll ask like a basic thing. What do you think? What user ID is? Very, very basic. So we just need to know if they have the understanding, what the firewall does basically.
Good.
That's
nice. What topic do you find candidates struggle with most in your academy?
It depends. I get a varied range of candidates who sit in the academy program.
So there's no one thing.
There is no one
Decryption?
thing. No, not really.
He's really good at decryption.
That's one of my other favorite topic, decryption.
I thought you were going to say that.
I thought so too.
I knew he was
decryption.
This is something a candidate told me.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, this is the place where I feel that I'm being taught and I'm being paid for that.
Yes.
Nobody else does that.
Really?
Yeah.
So other vendors expect you to just show up with all the knowledge?
If you go for any TAC specific role, what we do here, you're expected to know the knowledge. If you want to gain it, you will have to pay for it. You have to go through some external certification. You pay a lot of money, thousands of dollars for that.
Yeah.
And here we are training you and we are also paying you for that.
That's awesome.
The best firewall in the world. People here, engineers, you get to shadow them, so it's a very good opportunity for people.
That's awesome.
That's why we love education, right?
Yeah.
We love to learn, we love to teach, and share the power.
So if someone's interested in potentially joining your TAC Academy, how would they go about contacting you or signing up?
So they can directly send emails to us. That would be awesome. And we can schedule an interview. There are 2 rounds. One is a phone interview and the other is in person if they clear the first round.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Shakti, thank you so much for letting us pry you away from your Padawans and to have this conversation about what you're doing and the great work you're doing for TAC candidates and for the folks who are watching this who might be interested in doing support. Just give them kind of an idea. And those who may not be looking for a new job, at least get an understanding of the kind of the effort we go into our support to kind of raise the bar. So we really appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your day and
good luck with your next group of folks. I'm here at the Global Sales Engineering Summit with Maurilio Gorito, Head of Certification Programs at Palo Alto Networks. Maurilio, thank you for joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do in the certification programs at Palo Alto Networks?
Absolutely. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you for having me. As part of the global enablement team and running the certification program, basically my role is to oversee the overall end-to-end, development of our certification programs, from the design to questions writing, validation, and delivery.
So can you tell us a little bit about what it's like to actually create the certification exam?
Sure. It's a very interesting process. It's one of the part of my job I enjoy the most. Is basically the end-to-end process take us from the design, per se. We talk about the key stakeholders. We try to understand the audience of the exam or exams you are building. Who was the people we wanted to validate knowledge, and then from there we go to talk to the actual expert, right? The people who know what they're doing, and on the daily basis on their jobs, and we do what we call a job task analysis. It's how people perform on each day, on each task they do on a daily basis, again, to protect their environment, protect the data. So as we do that, we come up with what we call testing objectives, and then from there we will be creating the actual exam questions, and then we validate it through reviews, we validate it through beta testing. And after that, we analyze the information, the data, how the questions has been performing. So to make sure when you release the exam is up to the standards, right? And again, more importantly is when we release the exam and the people are taking, we want to make sure it's a fair exam, is validated the right knowledge and not tricky. Our certification is role-based. So this whole process is basically what takes us to create an exam, and it may take several months sometimes because of the rigor and standards we have in place.
That makes sense. So Maurilio, can you tell us a little bit about what's the best way, in your opinion, to study for a Palo Alto Networks exam?
Sure. We put together a kind of a roadmap or path to, so people can build the foundation to be successful. And the meaning, not only prepare for the exam, but help them to validate the knowledge that they've been acquiring through, their careers. So being a role-based certification, so we look to create an exam to validate what people actually do. So of course, the first advice, the first, guidance we would give is have experience, have, the opportunity to play, to had exposure with our technology, our, next generation firewall, our operating platform, all the components. Besides the study guides, practice tests, we also have a great preparation, I would say, channel, which is videos, technical videos we have been creating. You have been helping us with a lot of those, where we identify areas that the people, has more difficulty with. By talking to candidates, by doing analysis in our exams, as I said earlier, this is very important to us, make sure the exam is fair and assessing the right knowledge. So we have been created those series on the PCNSE, series of technical videos where experts like yourself is helping people to, validate knowledge in a particular area. The videos don't talk about, this is a question exam.
Yeah, they don't give away the answer.
Exactly, but it's help, this is important for me to validate. So we have today a associate level certification, which validates the key knowledge, right? So of cybersecurity does not require, hands-on experience or, interaction with firewall. For those who are entering into the cybersecurity space, the next level, Certified Network Administrator certification, PCNSA, now we'll be, working with the firewall. Experience is very important. So we have the opportunity to work with the firewall, implement the firewall, and again, with the mindset of protecting your network.
Right.
The next step is our security engineer certification, the PCNSE, which is more advanced. So we go beyond the firewall, and we go on the design piece as well, so identifying where is the flaws or the problem in a given environment. So we wanted to protect, we wanted to fix the problem, protect your network, and you go to implementation for troubleshooting. Security engineer certification, it also requires, exposure and hands-on. When you go towards the more advanced certifications, the domain or the exam blueprint is broader, right? So we expect the professional to know almost a little bit of everything. We, as a program, for the several years, we have been evolving and creating different assets. We will be testing against, like our exam blueprint. So we have training that we recommend, training on the firewall, training on managing the firewall. So we have options for instructor-led, on-site training. You have digital learning. You can take online in your own pace. We offer study guides for our certifications too. We offer practice tests. So this set of resources we made available to help people to be successful. is not, people ask us a lot of time if you were creating those assets or those resources to teach to the test.
Right.
No.
Okay.
It's basically, is to help people, again, validate and create foundation, knowledge and foundation towards being successful on their careers, on their profession. That's what the exam is about.
Nice. Yeah, so I guess in the end, we want to give our customers the skills to secure their networks, administer their products in the best possible way,
Right.
and we validate that with some questions and some tests.
Absolutely.
Nice.
That's the goal.
So Maurilio, how would someone go and get more information about the exams that are offered at Palo Alto Networks, and how do they learn, or how do they study for them?
Right, great. So the best way to keep up to date with what is happening in our programs, when the a new release is coming, where to find the best resources and assets to prepare for the exams, is to visit our website, our Palo Alto Networks certification web page. We have all the exams information there for all certificates we offer, and along with all the resources that you can use to prepare, even how to schedule for the exam at personal view. So all those information you find there. And follow us at LinkedIn. So we have our education page and LinkedIn. On a weekly basis, always we have news about our offering in training, certifications, our academy program. If you are releasing a new course, if you have released a new technical video for people to help with them preparation. So our LinkedIn page also is a great resource for them to keep up to date on a weekly basis how our program is evolving, training, etc. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Mitch. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this bonus episode of Learning Happy Hour and got a chance to hear from Shakti and Maurilio about the different ways you can get yourselves into a cybersecurity career.
Shakti is such a great trainer, and I love the insights that Maurilio brought in regards to preparing for certification. And it's great that we have more certification options than we had in the past. Now, for those of you who are interested in taking those certifications, remember that Ignite is coming up, and we offer certification exams at the Ignite Customer Conference.
That's a great point. Even though you can do the online self-paced where you don't have to go into a testing center to take the exams, it's still a great idea to come to our Ignite conference. You get, real-world first-hand exposure to a lot of the concepts that you're going to be tested on in the exams, and hopefully you get to hang out with Jason and I at the conference as well.
Yeah, we'll be there. So if you're coming to Ignite, look us up. Otherwise, we'll see you in the very next episode. Until then, cheers.
Stay secure.